By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Welcome to another episode of Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school magic. And today I am playing against none other than Edwin the Magic Engineer, and I'm playing against his famous Stasis deck. If you don't know who Edwin the Magic Engineer is, I'll put a link in the description, and in the comment section I'll put a link to his Stasis deck. In this game I'll be playing with my White Tron Deck again, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. So I believe I am on the play here, and I just took a mulligan. I'm starting off with an Urza's Tower, passing the turn. Edwin has quite an explosive opening with a Soul Ring and a Black Vice, so I'm taking the damage, going to 19. Playing a City in a Bottle just to empty my hand. Probably has no use against his Stasis deck. Second island there for Edwin. And we have a Time Vault. Always a dangerous card to see when you're playing against Stasis. The card that can give you an extra turn, but you have to give a turn away to untap the Time Vault. Play my first planes. And passing turn, so that's not a very good turn for me. So he's playing a Mishra's Factory. And there is a Transmute Artifact. He's probably going to take away his Vice. And he's playing a Howling Mine. It's hard to see, it's there in the bottom corner of Edwin's screen, but it's a Howling Mine, so I'm drawing 2 for turn now. There it is. And I'm playing my Suchi and pass turn. Second factory. When you're playing against a combo deck, you don't want to give your opponent this much time, but I don't really have another option, so I'm trying to pressure him now with the Suchi. I'm going to come in for the attack. He has 2 factories. He's pumping the factories, declaring blockers, making it 3-3 with the option to pump it with the other factory. That's what he does now, making it 4-4. He declares blockers. I respond with the Swords to Plowshares. And this is interesting what he does here. There it is, he plays a Boomerang on his factory. So he's already declared blocker, so he's not going to take any damage. But before the damage is done, he actually takes his factory back to his hand. So I thought it was a pretty neat play there. And in my second main phase, I'm playing a Relic Barrier. And then I'll tap his Howling Mine, so he's only going to draw 1 instead of 2. Plays a Volcanic. Those relics are very handy against this Stasis deck. And there we go, another Transmute Artifact. We were talking about the power of these Transmute Artifacts, because it's like he plays with 4 Demonic Tutors in his deck. I mean, it works so well in his Stasis build. So he's fetching the Chaos Orb. Both 2 mana, so he doesn't have to pay any extra. It's my passes the turn, so I untap everything. I got my Suchi still to put some pressure on the board. Gonna attack. He's still on 20. He's letting it go. I was hoping he would maybe use his Chaos Orb, putting a second Suchi on the board. And he's playing a Power Sink, so there goes my Suchi. I wouldn't say it's bad luck, you know, he plays with Power Sinks, but his hand is not so full at this moment, so I was hoping he didn't have the second, or the Power Sink in his hand. Now he plays oh, he's orbing. He just orbed my Relic Barrier. Played a Lotus past turn. So I still have my Suchi here. And there I go. Tried to play the trike. Oh yeah, and this is actually the play I was referring to. So this was his last card, and it was a power sink. It went very quickly, but he power synced my Triskelion. That's just bad luck. Because now he stopped decking. And this is great. He's playing a Wheel of Fortune, so I have to discard my Wrath of God. And my Archaeologist drawing 7. He's drawing 7. He's still got quite some mana left. Twiddles. And this is a killer turn for him. He plays a Howling Mine, plays a Vice. And remember, the Twiddle's untapped. Time Volt's untapped, so he's tapping the Time Volt for an extra turn, taking the extra turn. He's getting 2 turns. It's just great to see, playing a Wheel of Fortune and being able to get an extra turn, building up your board presence, building up your combo. And this is when the misery starts for me. Yeah, because there's the Stasis. I've got all my lands tapped already. It's my go. I'm taking pain from the Vice. I got to take 2 from the Howling. Already lost my Relic Barrier with the Orb Flip. I think I'm activating Tron here, actually, but it's not really going to help me in this case. I have to discard a mine. I don't want to draw anything more. And he's giving me an extra turn. Did you see that? So he's giving me an extra turn with the Volt. Of course, I don't want it. Taking damage again, going down to 13. Playing at Plains. Edwin's rearranging his board state. There's a lot of stuff on there. I'm thinking here, because I'm kind of in the tank, because I'm like, okay, I only have 1 chance to do this, right? I also know he has an untapped Time Volt, so at any time he can take an extra turn. So I'm discarding a mine, pass turn, letting him pay for his Stasis before I do anything else. He's playing his second Vice. I mean, unbelievable. It's the worst that could happen. Now at this end step, I'm disenchanting his Stasis. And obviously he's responding by taking an extra turn with the Time Volt. That way he can untap, he can draw 2 cards for turn, he still has a pretty full hand. So chances are here that he will have or a Winter Orb or a second Stasis. And that's all going to be pretty lethal for me. Playing a Volcanic. And here he plays out the Winter Orb, so I already know I can only tap 1 land. And now I'm really in trouble with the second Stasis of this game. So he passes turn. I take 4 damage from the double Vice. Going to 8 cards in hand. I have nothing. I'm locked here at this point. Remember, he can still untap his Time Volt at any time and give me an extra turn. Playing at Plains. Passing the turn here, and of course he's untapping his Time Volt, giving me an extra turn. You see it coming, but there's just nothing you can do about it, and that makes this deck so good, this Stasis deck of Edwin. So I'm down to 3 life. Playing a nice Workshop to play a Relic Barrier, but that's not really going to help. I still have a plan here. I'm not sure if it's an out, but I can at least live another turn. So I'm not giving up yet, even though I'm completely locked. And I got a double Black Vice against me, and I'm on 3 life. Passing turn. He's paying for the Stasis, drawing for turn. And here I make my move. It's not a great one, but I'm trying to Swords my Suchi, and then he even power sinks that, and it's the win for the Stasis deck. So that's it. What a match. I was completely locked there. This was actually the first game. We're going to play 2 more games. I'll upload that as soon as possible. In the meantime, you can click on this video to see some more old school gameplay. Thank you for watching, and see you next time at the Timmy channel.
Igitus, figitus, sumba, kazee.